Run.
There is no person in this world who can live without their head. No one! But these animals, they are something else. From a headless chicken running around to a turtle head biting, these videos are sure gonna amaze you. We all know that venomous snakes are scary when they're alive, but there's also reason to fear these fanged creatures after they're dead. That's right, this guy caught a rattlesnake and chopped its head off right before it could bite him, and look what happened. The head still reacted to stimulation. The head still hissed and turned around to bite, even though it was completely disconnected from the body. And wait, the body still moved too. This is crazy and scary at the same time, because how can these deadly noodles still live after being decapitated? Now, the answer has to do with the snake's physiology. If a mammal loses its head, it will die almost immediately. But snakes and other cold-blooded animals, which don't need as much oxygen to fuel the brain, can probably live on for minutes or even hours. Granted, the snake might not have been self-aware that it no longer had a body. Rather, it likely just felt the pain from the decapitation and then tried to defend itself. This man nearly died when a severed snake head bit him. He beheaded the rattlesnake to defend his wife, but just when he bent down to dispose of the snake, its decapitated head turned around and bit his hand. All of this means that if you encounter a rattlesnake, or any snake in particular, just run. It's the best option. Leave the snake alone and never touch it, because it can easily kill you, even without its body. The next headless mighty creature on our list is this snapping turtle. In case you don't know why these turtles got their name, then let me show you. This docile porcupine was just having a meal of its own by the river, but it seems like he wandered into the wrong territory. Because after just a few seconds, a ferocious snapping turtle came up and bit the poor porcupine to death. The turtle then proceeded to devour its prey whole. Snapping turtles are extremely aggressive if provoked. They have strong jaws, sharp beaks, and a very flexible neck. This enables them to deliver a defensive bite to anything that has grasped the front half of their bodies. They can inflict fairly serious wounds. This snapping turtle even takes on a whole alligator. What creature could bully an 8-foot gator? This one! Look how the beast ambushes the gator from behind. What a living legend. One bite from an adult snapping turtle can definitely result in wiping your bum with a hook for the rest of your life. Yet this man was still crazy enough to cut a snapping turtle's head off. Because, first of all, that was not okay. Second of all, how the heck did the head still bite? He chopped off the animal's head and proceeded to guide a piece of garden hose into its mouth. And surprise, surprise, the head bit it hard, harder than it ever had before, and did not let go. But how? I went all crazy and spent hours searching for the answer, but it seems impossible to find. So my guess is that it has something to do with ion concentration in their blood and tissue that promotes heartbeat and keeps the nerves moist. As long as the nerves remain moist, they'll work. But this was really outside of my expertise, so I'm not sure. If you have the answer, please let me know in the comments section. Apart from that, snappers are such fighters, don't you think? If you've been on the internet long enough, I'm sure you must have heard of Mike the Headless Chicken. That's right, 70 years ago, a farmer was beheading chickens for the market on his family farm in Colorado, when one of the decapitated birds picked itself up and started running around the yard, still very much alive. The chicken, named Mike, lived for 18 months straight before dying of choking on a corn kernel. That sounds impossible to believe, I've got to admit. But obviously, it's not. This chicken also faced the same fate as Mike when its head got cut off by its owner. The bird was still running and flapping its wings frantically. Somebody even says that the bird moved because its soul was still stuck inside. Yeah, I don't think that's the case, man. This chicken even clucked without the head. How the heck? This one even seems very calm and chill. The people in the video decided to kill the layers because they were really old and sick. Yet the stubborn hen refused to die after its head got chopped off. It was still walking around, acting like a normal hen. The chicken survived for a couple of hours before completely shutting down and going into the crock pot. It didn't even care that its head was gone. I think its head was connected to Bluetooth, because look how the chicken regained balance, even though it lacked a frickin' head. Mike finally had a worthy opponent. So these chickens survived because most of a chicken's brain is located in the back of its head, behind the eyes. When they brought down the axe, they lobbed off most of the head, but left the part of the brain that controlled breathing, digestion, and other bodily functions. So the next time you see a headless chicken running around, don't be too surprised. You've probably seen David Blaine resurrect dead flies just by touching them. And no, this is not because the magician really has supernatural powers. Flies go into some sort of sleep mode when being frozen, and so by warming them up in the palm of his hand, the flies wake up and fly away like nothing ever happened. But it's not the only thing that makes them special. Flies will live for several days after they've been decapitated. This one accidentally removed its head without even noticing. I don't know about you, but I gotta admit, this fly has some amazing dribble skills. Probably took it a minute to realize that the head was gone. This wasp also got its head cut off, and it seemed like the insect was trying to grab its head before flying away. Probably took it to Walmart to buy some super glue. Gotta stick the head back on, right? But that's all for today's video. I hope you liked it. Be sure to give us a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel so you won't miss anything from Wildpedia. See you next time.